Time is the one thing every human being gets equally. But results are never equal. Have you ever thought that you and I, all of us, have only 24 hours in a day, not a moment more, not a moment less? But some people change their lives within these 24 hours, while some remain stuck in the same place. What if the problem is not lack of time, but how we use it? Do you want to know what those magical habits are that can stop your time from being wasted and make it 10 times more productive? Today, we are going to embark on a journey with a book called How to Stop Wasting Time: 12 Habits for 10x Growth. This book teaches us how, with our small habits, we can turn every minute into an investment. Because deep down, we all feel the same pain. Let's see, do you also lie awake at night thinking that today just passed by and the important tasks remained incomplete? Do you also feel that you are always busy, but when you look back, you don't see any significant progress? Whether you are a student who needs to study, a professional with a lot of work, a parent juggling family and career, or anyone else, everyone feels the pain of wasted time. We all have dreams, but to reach those dreams, we don't know how to manage our most precious asset, time, correctly. This book is the remedy for this pain. It doesn't just motivate you, but provides concrete and scientific methods on how you can increase your growth tenfold by making small changes in your daily routine. This is not surface-level advice. This is not just a collection of ordinary time management tips. It is a rare and life-changing guide that will differentiate you from the 90% of the population that constantly complains about not having enough time. One of the world's greatest innovators understood this deeply. One of the world's greatest innovators, Steve Jobs, once said, "Your time is limited. Don't waste it living someone else's life." Jobs was known for his productivity and innovation, and the biggest reason for that was his focus. He knew that saying yes to everything meant saying no to anything. He invested his time in things that truly mattered. His success was not just in creating excellent products, but in managing his time excellently. This is exactly what our book teaches. So let's begin this journey, one habit at a time. So let's understand the first principle of this thinking. Steve Jobs showed us how focus can change life. But where does this focus come from? It comes from clarity, and clarity begins with a specific habit. So presenting our first habit. Habit 1. Design your day, or your day will design you. Imagine waking up with no plan at all. Design your day, or your day will design you. Imagine you wake up in the morning and have no plan for the entire day. Do you think your day will go according to your wishes? Probably not. Designing your day means planning every day. It is the first and most crucial step to your productivity. Most people start their day without any plan. They wake up, check their phones, and then suddenly remember there's a meeting or an important task. They try to do everything quickly, but at the end of the day, they feel nothing significant has been achieved. This happens because when you don't give direction to your day, the day drives you according to its own will. This habit teaches us that creating a plan is not just a task, but gaining control over your time. In this book, the author gives an example of a fictional character, Sam. Sam used to work haphazardly. His productivity was low. Then he started dedicating 10 minutes of his evening to planning his next day. He made a list of just 3 most important tasks. Within a few weeks, he felt more in control of his day, and his important tasks started getting completed. This applies to students too. Think of a student preparing for exams. If they study without a timetable, they might study math one day, English the next, and skip days altogether. They will panic during exams. However, if they plan in advance which subject to study on which day, their preparation will be much better. This small habit can make a huge difference in your life. Designing your day makes you proactive, not reactive. It gives you the opportunity to constantly move forward towards your goals. Tonight, before sleeping, or tomorrow morning, take out 10 minutes and write down your 3 most important tasks for the next day. Just 3, not more. But planning alone isn't enough. We've planned the day, but is just planning enough? No. Sticking to that plan is more difficult, especially when there are distractions everywhere. This is our second habit. Habit 2. Conquer distractions, or they will conquer you. This one habit alone can save you hours every day. Conquer distractions, or they will conquer you. Imagine you are writing an important email and suddenly your phone beeps. What happens? Your focus breaks. In today's world, distractions are the biggest time wasters. We try too many things at once, which is called multitasking. But research shows that multitasking actually reduces our productivity. Every time you switch from a task to check your phone or see a notification, it can take your mind up to 23 minutes to return to the same level of focus. Think about it. Being distracted 10 times a day means hours wasted. This habit teaches us how to control these distractions and save our productivity. The author gives an example of a graphic designer, Sophia. While working, Sophia constantly checked social media notifications. This degraded the quality of her work and led to missed deadlines. She made a rule. Whenever she was working on an important design, she would keep her phone in another room and not allow any distractions for an hour. With this one habit, her productivity increased by 50%. Imagine you are studying for an exam. The book is open in front of you, but your phone is lying next to you, beeping every 2 minutes. Will you truly understand what you are studying? No. But if you silence your phone and keep it away, your focus will increase manifold. Distractions seem like small things, but they cause the most damage to your productivity. Overcoming them is the key to your success. For the next hour, put your phone on silent mode and keep it out of reach. See how much more you can accomplish. Habit 3. Invest your energy in the right tasks. Being busy is not the same as being productive. We have learned to plan and to fight distractions. But the most important question is, where should we invest our limited energy to get 10x growth? This is our third habit. Invest your energy in the right tasks. Don't scatter it everywhere. Imagine you have a battery that is fully charged in the morning and discharges by evening. Would you spend that battery on useless things? Our energy is limited. As soon as we wake up, we have the most energy, which we call peak energy. The problem is that we often waste this most precious energy on useless things, minor arguments, unnecessary social media scrolling, or getting caught up in tasks that are not essential for our growth. This habit teaches us how to invest our energy in high-leverage tasks that yield the most results. Investing energy in the right tasks gives you 10x growth. The author gives an example of a successful entrepreneur, Mia. Mia dedicated the first 2 hours of her morning to her most difficult and important work when her energy was highest. Whether it was creating a new marketing strategy or finding a creative solution for a client. She would save less important tasks like checking emails or arranging meetings for the afternoon or evening. With this habit, her productivity increased many times over. Imagine you are a student and you have only 3 hours of study energy throughout the day. If you dedicate those 3 hours to your weakest subject, your overall marks will improve. But if you only study easy subjects during those 3 hours, you will never achieve real growth. This principle applies to professional life as well. Investing your energy wisely makes you not just busy, but productive. This is the biggest secret to your success. Next week, audit your energy. Track where you are spending your energy. Then consciously invest 70% of your energy in your highest value tasks. Habit 4. Overcome procrastination, or it will consume your dreams. This habit destroys dreams silently. We've learned to invest energy in the right place, but there's another big obstacle that stops us from moving forward: the habit of procrastination. This is our fourth habit. Overcome procrastination, or it will consume your dreams. Do you remember? How many times have you thought, "I'll do this task tomorrow," and that tomorrow never came? Procrastination, i.e. delaying tasks, is the biggest enemy of time wastage. It is such a dangerous habit that it slowly destroys your dreams. We know we should work, yet we keep delaying. This happens because our mind doesn't want to leave its comfort zone. This habit teaches us how to overcome this big problem with small steps and start taking action. Research shows that starting is the most difficult part. The author gives an example of a young writer, Cain, who had to write his book. He always postponed it because he felt it was a huge task. Then he adopted the 2-minute rule. He decided he would write for just 2 minutes every day. Often, these 2 minutes would turn into 20 to 30 minutes. With this small habit, he finished his entire book within a year. Imagine you have some cleaning work at home. If you keep thinking that the whole house needs to be cleaned, it will seem overwhelming. But if you say, "Today, I will just clean my desk," it will seem much easier, and you will start immediately. Once you start, you often end up doing more. Overcoming procrastination is possible, not with perfection, but with small actions. In the next 24 hours, choose any task you are procrastinating on. Now apply the 2-minute rule to it. Do that task for just 2 minutes. See what happens. Habit 5. Set your priorities. Without priorities, everything feels urgent. We've overcome procrastination, but there's another challenge. When we have many tasks, which one should we do first? This is where our 5th habit comes in. Set your priorities, or every task will seem urgent. Imagine you wake up in the morning and see many notifications on your phone. Do you know which one is the most important? When we don't set our priorities, every task seems urgent. We get trapped in the web of multitasking and waste our energy and time on small tasks, while the big and important tasks remain incomplete. This habit teaches us how to categorize our tasks based on their importance and urgency. This gives us clarity on what to focus on and when, and what to let go of. The author shared an experience from his life. He was always busy with emails and meetings. He felt he was doing a lot of work. Then he started using the Eisenhower matrix. He divided his tasks into important and urgent, important but not urgent, urgent but not important, and neither urgent nor important. This helped him realize that he was wasting most of his time on tasks that were urgent but not important, which were actually other people's tasks. With this system, he learned to focus on his real priorities. Imagine you are a college student, and your exams are near important and urgent, but your friend invites you to watch a movie, urgent but not important. If you understand your priorities, you will prepare for the exam first. This principle applies everywhere. Setting priorities saves you from just being busy and makes you truly productive. It determines the direction of your growth. Make your to-do list this evening. Then, using the Eisenhower matrix, identify your 3 most important tasks. Tomorrow, focus only on those. Habit 6. Prioritize your health. A weak body cannot support a strong dream. Now that we know what to do and when to do it, another big question arises. Where will we get the continuous energy to do that work? The answer is our 6th habit. Prioritize your health, or your weak body cannot support a strong mind. Imagine you have a luxury car, but it has no fuel. Will it run? Absolutely not. Our body is the same. Your body is your temple, your engine. If it is weak or sick, even with the biggest ideas in your mind, executing them is almost impossible. In our pursuit of success, we often ignore our sleep, diet, and exercise. Staying up all night, eating junk food, and not exercising might work in the short term, but in the long run, it destroys your productivity, focus, and creativity. Research shows that good sleep and regular exercise multiply your brain function many times over. The author shared his journey. In his early days, he worked for hours but didn't pay attention to his health. As a result, he often felt tired and sick, which reduced his productivity. When he corrected his sleep patterns, started light exercise in the morning, and adopted a healthy diet, he felt his energy and focus both increased tenfold. Imagine you are a student and you have to study all night for an exam. If you keep yourself awake by drinking coffee, the first night might be okay, but on the 3rd night, your brain will stop working. Your concentration will drop, and your ability to recall will decrease. This means you put in the time, but the output was 0. Growth doesn't just come from hard work. It comes when your mind and body are aligned. Prioritizing your health is the best investment of your time. From today, dedicate just 15 minutes to your body. It could be a light walk, stretching, or just 10 minutes of deep breathing. Habit 7. Never stop learning. Growth stops the moment learning stops. We've learned to align body and mind, but the world is changing rapidly. If you don't learn with this change, you will be left behind. This is our 7th habit. Never stop learning, because growth comes from learning. Think about a mobile phone. If it's not updated, what happens? It becomes slow and eventually useless. Your biggest asset is your mind, and it's crucial to keep it updated continuously. If you stop learning, your growth stops there. The world moves forward, and you are left behind. This habit teaches us how to dedicate a portion of our time to learning new skills, reading books, and increasing our knowledge. Continuous learning keeps you ahead in today's fast-paced world and opens the path to 10x growth. The author gives an example of a young professional, Andre. Andre was happy with his corporate job, but he saw that people around him were learning new digital skills. He invested 30 minutes every day in an online course. In 3 months, he learned digital marketing and got promoted to a new role in his company, which increased both his salary and confidence. Imagine a student who only reads syllabus books. Another student, along with the syllabus, also reads online lectures, podcasts, and various reference books. Who will top the exam? Obviously, the second student, because they have adopted the habit of learning. Investment in yourself is the best investment. It is the guarantee of your success because the value of your knowledge never decreases. From today, dedicate the next 20 minutes to learning something that is essential for your career or personal growth. It could be a chapter from a book, an online lecture, or research on a new skill. Habit 8. Surround yourself with the right people. Your environment decides your speed. We've increased our knowledge, but can we do all this alone, or do we need the right people? This is our 8th habit. Surround yourself with the right people, because your environment determines your speed. You must have heard the saying, you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. Your social environment has a huge impact on your productivity and success. If you are with people who always talk negatively, complain, or waste time, then slowly you will start doing the same. On the other hand, if you are with people who are motivated, hardworking, and always talk about growth, then automatically your mindset will also become positive and productive. This habit teaches us how to audit our circle and connect with people who make us better. The author shared an experience from his early days when he was starting his business. Some of his friends discouraged him, but he consciously befriended some mentors and peers who were already successful. The advice, energy, and positive outlook of those people became a big reason for the author's success. Imagine a group of students is studying together. In one group, everyone is lazy and careless. In another group, everyone is hardworking and focused. Which group will perform better in the exam? Obviously the second one, because their environment inspires them to be better. Your growth doesn't just depend on your individual efforts, but also on the people around you. The right environment lays the foundation for your success. Think about the 5 closest people around you. Ask yourself, do these people inspire me, or do they drain my energy? If the answer is negative, consciously distance yourself from such people and try to connect with positive people. Habit 9. Track everything you do. What gets measured gets improved. We've created the right environment, but are you managing all your tasks effectively? And do you know where the most time is being wasted? This is where our 9th habit comes in. Track everything you do, or you won't be able to manage it. Imagine you are driving a car, but you don't know how fast you are going or how much fuel is left. Will you reach your destination correctly? You cannot manage what you do not track. Tracking every activity, especially your time and energy usage, is a very powerful way to increase your productivity. When you know how much time you are spending on each task, only then can you identify where time is being wasted and where improvement is needed. This habit gives us an objective view, allowing us to understand our habits better. The author explained in his journey how he started tracking his time. He began noting down what he was doing every 30 minutes. He was shocked to realize that he was wasting 2 to 3 hours of his day on unnecessary emails and social media scrolling. This data compelled him to change his habits and invest those hours in productive work. Imagine, you track your monthly expenses. Only when you see how much money you have spent on unnecessary shopping can you control it from the next month. It's the same with time. When you track your study or work hours, only then will you know where improvement is needed. Tracking shows you a mirror of your habits. It is the first step that takes you from wasting time to investing time. For the next 3 days, make a note every hour of what you are doing. You will be surprised to see where your time is going. Habit 10. Learn from your mistakes and move on. Mistakes are not failures. They are lessons. Tracking reveals our weaknesses, but is just knowing them enough? No. We need to turn those weaknesses into strengths. This is where our 10th habit comes in. Learn from your mistakes and move on. Who wants to make a mistake? No one wants to make a mistake. But do you know why successful people don't repeat mistakes? No one is perfect, and making mistakes is natural. But the real difference lies in how you learn from your mistakes. Most people either blame themselves or ignore their mistakes. Both approaches prevent you from moving forward. This habit teaches us to see mistakes as a learning opportunity, learn from them, and then move on. This helps you identify time-wasting habits and change them forever. The author shared in his journey that he faced failure in a big project. In the early days, he was very disappointed. But then he analyzed every mistake he made. What went wrong? Why did it go wrong? And how could it have been corrected? This analysis saved him from making similar mistakes in the future and made him a better planner and executor. Imagine you fail an exam. If you only keep blaming yourself, you might fail again next time. But if you analyze your mistakes, where you studied less, which questions you got wrong, you will perform better next time. Mistakes are only bad when you don't learn from them. Learning from them and moving forward is the biggest engine of your growth. In the next 24 hours, recall one recent mistake of yours. Now, write down what you learned from that mistake and what you will do differently next time. Habit 11. Plan your wins. Every morning, momentum starts with small victories. So far, we have learned many powerful habits, but how do we put them all together? And how do we ensure we never look back? This is where our 11th habit comes in. Plan your wins every morning. What do you think? If you know what you are going to win today, as soon as you wake up, how will your day go? Most people make a long list of what they have to do as soon as they wake up. But successful people plan their wins. This means deciding in the morning which one task, if completed, will give them a sense of accomplishment. This could be a high-value task or a small but important one. When you complete it, your brain releases dopamine, making you feel motivated, and your productivity for the rest of the day increases. This is a psychological trick that keeps you moving forward. The author shared a morning habit of his. He would identify his one big win at the start of each day. For example, if he had to write an article, his goal would be to complete the first 500 words. Completing this small goal gave him confidence and energy for the whole day. Imagine you are a student. You decide in the morning that today you will solve 10 math problems. When you solve those 10 problems, you get a sense of victory. This motivates you for the rest of the day's studies. On the other hand, if you just keep thinking, I have to study a lot today, you won't be able to start anywhere. Small wins lead you to big wins. Planning your wins is the biggest booster of your productivity. Tomorrow morning, as soon as you wake up, decide your one big win for the day. What is the one task that will give you the most satisfaction upon completion? Complete it first. Habit 12. Recharge yourself and avoid burnout. Sustainable growth requires rest. We've learned to plan wins, but can we always work like machines? No. We also need to recharge. This is where our 12th habit comes in. Recharge yourself and avoid burnout. What happens if a machine runs continuously? It burns out. In today's fast-paced world, burnout is a common problem. We think that only by working continuously can we be successful, but this is not true. Our body and mind need time to recharge. This habit teaches us that taking breaks, spending time on hobbies, and practicing self-care are not a waste of time, but a necessary investment. When you recharge yourself, only then can you work at your maximum productivity and achieve 10x growth. The author explained how he worked continuously in the beginning, which left him physically and mentally exhausted. His productivity decreased, and he started hating his work. Then he started taking short breaks of 15 minutes every day. He took one full day off every week and resumed his favorite hobby, gardening. These habits saved him from burnout and increased his long-term productivity many times over. Imagine a mobile phone is constantly on charge and never turned off. Its battery life will decrease. Similarly, our mind also gets tired from continuous work. A short power nap, listening to your favorite song, or talking with friends for a while can refresh you. Recharging is not wasting time, but investing time so that you can become more productive. This evening, before sleeping, do one small thing that makes you feel relaxed. It could be 10 minutes of reading, listening to your favorite song, or just sitting quietly and taking deep breaths. So friends, these were the 12 most powerful habits from the book, How to Stop Wasting Time, 12 Habits for 10x Growth. We saw that wasting time is not just laziness, but a result of bad habits and a wrong mindset. Great people like Elon Musk, Steve Jobs, have shown us that everyone has the same amount of time. The only difference is how we use it. These habits will not only stop you from wasting time, but will teach you to invest time, which can lead to your growth being 10 times greater. Remember, the remote of your life is in your hands. If you have reached this point, it means you truly want a change in your life and understand the real meaning of time. Like this video and write in the comments, "I choose growth, not excuses." This will not just be a line, but a promise to yourself, a promise made to yourself. Subscribe to our channel because we will continue to bring you summaries of best books like this, which will change your thinking and your life.